Using a wide delivery, but it's a very good catch. Really good catch from Tucker behind the stumps. Never easy.
Check front, check their delivery. Can I have front on, please?
So hold on in a second. Stand by for and 3D11.
Now we've got a Mr. White detergent powder decision pending here for a stumping.
What do you want first? Third umpire?
I want to see the front on. Is involved bad or not? Just I want to see the front on.
Really is nicely bowled. A lot slower.
Satisfied, no bad involved. Now go for a stumping for side on angle. Keep rolling,
He
rolling.
is back. He is back.
Batsman oil inside when bails off. Unsatisfied. Batsman oil inside when bails off. I am ready to make my decision for big skin.
So the Mr. White detergent powder decision should read not out. But a lovely bit of bowling there from Harry. For him as well. Doesn't last too long. Shakib Al Hassan is a real quality player and he works you out pretty quickly.
Straight as an arrow. Clearing his right leg, and he knew he was in business. Really good follow through. Thumps it down the ground. One bounce to the fence.
Bowled, Harry. Bowler, it's got to be bowlers.
Riddle is running hard. It'll only be one, but we've seen that throughout the Bangladesh innings. Every time there is a possible of a two, they are scurrying through that first one. Brings up the 150 inside the 13th over. It's been a very, very impressive 3/4 of an innings here for Bangladesh. And just a reminder that it's a 17-over game. First 50 coming in just 21 deliveries. Cool. Rudoy will finally face up to his first delivery. And now the numbers. I'll start be thinking, what is the number that they can have a dip at here? The Irish, naturally, they've got to go at anything, but they keep them to under 200. No, that'll just be one. And we'll end the 13th. 152 for two.
Come on, boy. Come here, Jimmy, lad, come on. Shakib, right over.
Just 17 dots inside the 13 overs for Bangladesh. Inside the power play, they only 1 dot, which again highlights not only the destruction that they cause through hitting boundaries, but what happened in between those boundaries. So difficult to keep quiet. Graham Hume now back into the attack. And he has gone for a few. 32 in 2 overs.
Exactly what the seamer needs to do at the dead, because they've gone for 20, almost 12 runs in an over. That's a lovely shot from the drone, right from the rooftop. It is important, isn't it, for the bowlers? New batter in, got to get it right. That drone is just flying around. right behind the rooftop.
Yeah, Ronnie's just asking you to sit down here because you're getting a little bit carried away on how well your country's playing. So just... Not Ronnie. Toward. Wow. What a shot that is.
Now, I'm not going to get excited. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just let the viewers see what he has done with the bat.
He's fancying himself at international cricket. Howard Ridoy, like a duck to water, I think the saying is.
Player being a bowler, especially in this format of the game at the dead, you need to produce deliveries like these. The first one he tried was against Shakib Al Hasan. This is even a better one. Somehow managed to squeeze it out. So Tawheed Ridoy gets the left-hander Shakib on strike.
Oh, and just out of reach. I just hope that he's okay, because in pursuit of that catch, I think his head has made contact with the ground. Now we know that umpires do have to check if a batter gets hit on the head or if a fielder gets hit on the head. There are protocols. Yeah, they might just have to go through the concussion protocols here. Right, so the umpires are coming together. I think they'll call for the physiotherapist or the team doctor who will come out and just do a check. No, it seems as though Ross Adair said, listen, I've had tougher collisions than that.
Yeah, the idea for Shakib Al Hasan was he trying to get it over the top of the infield on the offside, but it went to the leg side. Connection was not great, but he's lucky. Didn't go close to the fielder.
That'll be a wide.
Because if you see the fielders on the offside, short third point inside the circle, so anything beyond them to the left or the right is a boundary. And knowing that the bowler is trying to bowl fuller, trying to bowl in the block hole. So if he gets it wrong, he gets an opportunity to just scoop it behind on the offside.
That's placed over extra cover and away for another boundary.
Well, don't worry about the scoop on the offside. It was a low full toss. He did get it wrong, didn't he? But this time, Shakib Al Hasan played it over the top of the cover fielder. Low full toss, easy pickings.
Again, we say full toss, but it's so easy to hit that to the sweeper and you get just one. Shakib has the presence of mind to hit that over extra cover and find a boundary. He smashed that. He has smashed that. That's good work out in the deep. So they'll get through for two. And another big over. 17 from this one. 169 for two. Shanto, Shamim Mehedi, but it's anyone's guess who will walk in next, because Bangladesh have already made some changes to their batting lineup. Shakib Al Hasan walking in at 3 and then Tawheed Ridoy walking in at 4. So often we've seen Shanto walking in at 3, and what sort of form he's been in This is the flexibility that this side now has. Not only their batting lineup, but their bowling as well. We think of the 3 wonderful seamers and 3 spinners. Third man up. Backward point, extra cover, and fine leg. So just the one fielder inside the 30-yard circle on the leg side. Adair. It's just an appeal from Lorcan Tucker, but I think it was more the bat hitting the ground than anything else.
Again, the length is not a bad one, but it's still a little bit wide. And we talk about you as a bowler, you want to attack the stumps. Oh, on the line. Very, very close indeed.
Yeah, that line is very dangerous. Wide of off stump with third and backward point up in the circle. That will be a wide. No 50-50 there.
I thought he got away with the first one, because that blue line belongs to the umpire, that the bowler has to pitch inside that blue line. This time, a little bit more wider. And they just haven't got it right. Not in the first T20 International, not even here as a bowler in terms of line and length. Change of angles coming round the wicket.
And fine leg is up. Just one. Already it's an enormous score. Just 17 overs Ireland will have to chase this down. George Dockrell doesn't seem to be used with the ball anymore.
(27 of 17 for Shakib Al Hasan, 3 fours and a 6. Partnership of 33 in just 17 deliveries. They've not taken a step back, I can tell you that. After that incredible opening partnership, the best so far for Bangladesh in T20 International, 124.
Pace taken off. It's a pity that it's a work day, isn't it? Not many people here to witness what has been a spectacular innings from Bangladesh. Those that are, have smiles across their faces and have enjoyed themselves immensely.
Yeah, month of Ramadan and also month of fasting. They're still here.
Shakib will look and want a wide, but that's almost shaved leg stump, I feel. He's gone a long way across to the offside, Shakib Al Hasan.
The idea was to get it past that fielder at short fine. It just gone a little bit too across towards the offside. Had it stayed and waited a little bit more, there would have been runs there. Credit to the bowler. It's a good over. Only 2 runs in this over so far.
He waited, and he waited just long enough to say, I'll have some of that.
It's a slower delivery, pace of the ball, but it sits up nicely. He just waits, and then whacks it over for the maximum. Look how short this is.
Been such a good over up until then. Arguably Mark Adair's finest over of the tour, to be honest. He has struggled, the right arm seamer. Sterling's beaten, but it'll just be one. Radoy chooses correctly, sends Shakib back. End of the 15th, 178 for 2. in amongst the carnage, there's Ben White. 2 for 28 off 4. The leg spinner was very, very good here for his captain, Paul Sterling in Ireland. But unfortunately, that's all you're allowed to bowl. 4 of them. Curtis Camphor, introduced into the attack, hasn't bowled yet this evening. He's desperate for the strike, isn't he, Shakib? He's running hard. Every single delivery, he can smell another half century here.
17 dots and 23 boundaries in the innings so far. That was after the end of the 14th over. Now 20 dots, right? But the ratio in terms of that are less dots, more boundaries. And if the ratio remains like this, it will be the very first time in 149 T20 International for Bangladesh when their boundaries count beats the dot balls. That's a huge change, isn't it?
It'd be interesting to know how many times that's been done by any international side for that matter. I mean, you're normally looking at around, what, between 35 and 50 dot balls in a T20. Just 20 here so far. Now they will get two. Now they will get two.
It just looked like that you're just trying to hit a little bit too hard. Shakib Al Hasan. Partnership 44 of 24. I know he wants to pick up boundaries. Already 3 4s and 2 6s. If you can just wait just a bit, then you can probably hit in the areas where you're hoping to hit. Well, he's moving around quite a bit, isn't he, Shakib Al Hasan? So he pulls out Curtis Camphor. Short fine, short third. They're probably eyeing Shakib Al Hasan. Maybe he can just put it away from those 2 fielders to get another boundary.
Lost the strike. Just having a look at that Bangladesh dugout. There's a whole heap of batters that have got their pads on, which again highlights
Just put it away from those 2 fielders to get another boundary.
lost the strike. Just having a look at that Bangladesh batters that have got their pads on, which again
in the recent past. They look a solid unit now, Bangladesh.
edged away and for the risk of bowling outside off stump and full when those fielders are up in the circle.
Yeah, the idea was to hit it towards the cover from Tauhid Ridwan, but he gets an outside edge. He really went after it, didn't he? And he races over to the boundary. .50 partnership.
Just a half sharp, they'll scamper through for a leg by and we'll end the 16th over. 189 for 2. No, the over is not completed. We are going to have a little look upstairs.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for LBW. Given not out. I checked front foot. It's a fair delivery. Can I have front on, please?
Sure, Stamp.
Ball appears to pass very close to the bat. Can I have Altais for confirmation? Keep rolling, flat line. Satisfied, no bad in ball. Ball tracking please, when you're ready. Pitching in line, impact outside. Back to on-field, Tanvir. Tanvir, I recommend to stay your decision. You are on screen now. Thank you.
A good decision. Reviews lost as that ball was disappearing down the leg side, but the leg by has ensured that Hridoy keeps the strike. So the final over here of the Bangladesh innings. Just 17 because of the rain that fell a little bit earlier. Sliced away and 4 more.
Every time there's an opportunity for someone like Tauhid Hridoy, he hardly misses it. He's crashed that to the boundaries, went like a rocket. Again, it's a low full toss. There is a fielder at deep cover point, has no chance whatsoever. He's what, 5-6 yards away? That's a lightning quick outfield. Yes, there is protection, one more. Long off in.
And goes through extra cover. That's delightful batting from the young man.
This time it's shimmy down the wicket, takes it on the full, knowing there was extra protection at deep cover point, when he just placed it to perfection between mid-off and cover for another boundary. Really good start to the over, a couple of boundaries.
He goes around the wicket and he's off and running again. Hridoy, he wants 2. Gonna get it, you know. He is quick. He is very quick.
Young, fresh legs. Every time the ball has gone to the fielder, the first run, have a look at the first run. He's run it really hard and he knew that he wanted it because he was the one who was coming back to the danger end. Easily done. 10 in the first 3.
And field changes again. Long off goes back. Deep backward point comes up into the 30-yard circle. He is very quick.
And he knew that he wanted it because he was the one who was coming back to the danger end.
A lovely little innings from Tauhid Hridoy comes to an end.
And a very good partnership. Quick fire partnership of 61 of 32 comes to an end. And he played a good part in that partnership. Looking to hit boundaries. This was a clever short one. Sliced it. And the fielder at short third, Rosadea, takes an easy catch. Hridoy gone for 24. Bangladesh 199 for 3.
So the final delivery remains. Vimarkadev over the wicket to the left-handed shunter. No, There will be one more.
Sliced it, didn't get enough on the bat. Turns out to be an easy catch in the end.
They want two, they'll get two. And their innings will come to a close. And what an innings it has been by Bangladesh. They will end on 202 for 3 after their allotted 17 overs. This is going to take some chasing. Yes, the wicket's a good one. The outfield a little bit slippery because of the rain that fell a little bit earlier. But Ireland are going to have to be at their very, very best to level this series.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a huge task for Ireland to get close to that target. We'll have to wait and see what they can do with the bat. Remember, Bangladesh has an explosive bowling attack. The seamers, Shakib Al Hasan, played his part with the bat, remaining unbeaten on 38 of just 24 to ensure Bangladesh get past 200. In the end, it's 202 for 3 in 17 overs. Hard work for the bowlers. Very hard work.
It was Ireland that won the toss and asked Bangladesh to bat, and the dynamic duo of Ronnie Talukdar and Liton Kumar Das made merry. Liton was superb. 83 of just 41 deliveries. Ronnie 44 of 23. Their partnership of well over 100 was thoroughly entertaining. A partnership of 124 of just 58 deliveries. And then Tawad Ridoy and Shakib Al Hasan adding 61 of just 33.
They had no answer apart from Ben White, who went for 2 for 28. Every other bowler was very, very expensive. 19 in that 1 over from hand. But it was difficult job. 1 for 52 for Adair, picked up a wicket, but very expensive, most of them.
Both have found some really good form of late, Liton Das and Ronnie Talukdar, and they certainly don't hold back. From the word go, they were aggressive, they were inventive, and virtually every single ball found the middle of the bat. It didn't matter what Paul Sterling or the Irish bowlers did. They could not keep these two Bangladesh batters quiet.
Yeah, it was boundaries galore. Too many boundaries. Opening stand was a brilliant one. Nicely taken catch on the deep, but they just could not have any answer whatsoever. Yes, there was success for Ben White, but they just kept on bowling to the batters where they were allowed to free their arms, and they were too easy to hit 4s and 6s on a consistent basis.
Caught Adair, bowled Adair. That was the end of Tawad Ridoy. Nicely played. 20. The 202 for 3 is what they ended up with. Ireland need one more to level the series. We'll be back in a bit.